So yesterday we looked at motion tracking, which is a pretty cool tool to use in your videos, and it's actually pretty easy because VSDC, the software, does most of the work for you. But we didn't really expand on it. We just slapped some text on it and called it a day. And so we're gonna explore motion tracking a little bit deeper and see what kind of cool things that we can make. And we're gonna try to make a hologram today, which is complements nice with the motion tracking. So let's go ahead, let's create a new project. And the first video is the video we're all going to use. So in Canvas, there's a link, and I didn't forget to put it there this time. And it should take you to this gentleman walking with a phone. So let's give it a download. Just choose the HD option. Some of you guys are running into funny business with up here. Just choose the HD. Download. Close out all this crap. Well, it's not really crap. We're using their videos and they're asking for some compensation, so we're kind of being crappy, but whatever. Here's your video. Check it out in your folder. Rename it if you'd like. I'm just going to call it phone walking. Pop open your VSDC. And let's drag and drop this into our timeline. You can see it's just a man walking, playing on his phone, or doing something on his phone. You might want to change your quality to something like 360 or maybe even 240, because we're going to start slapping some effects on here. I'm going to leave it at 720. Because I think my computer can handle it, but it might run smoother for you if you turn that down. Okay, now it's your job. We're going to make a hologram. So we're going to make a video appear like it's being shoot up into the space above his phone. So you get to decide which video is going to be shown. I'm going to choose my video. Don't use the same video as me. Well, you can if you want, but you probably won't want to. So, for example, it looks like he's doing something on his phone. So I'm going to pretend he's playing a game on his phone. And which game is he playing? Well, could be no other than old school RuneScape. So just find a video on YouTube, not Pexels, and I'll show you a cool trick here. So find any video you want. It could be a video game clip. It could be a trailer. It could be a sport. Any video. I don't care. And once you find the video that you want, so this is some gameplay from a game, so I'm going to pretend he's playing this game. Pause the video, find a video on YouTube that you want to use. So, I have found my video, and hopefully you have as well. And then what you can do, I will put this link. Oh yeah, GTA 6 trailer. I will put this link in Canvas to this website, or you can just Google YouTube to MP4. And you got all these different sites, and some of them are a little sketchy, but you know what? We're okay. So I will put this link to this website in Canvas. And this allows you to download YouTube videos. So instead of using Pexels, you can use YouTube videos. So this is the YouTube video I want. So up in the address bar, I'm going to copy this address. So I'm going to Control-C to copy it. Or you can right-click and copy. And then you're going to paste that link in here. And press the Start button. Then you've got all these download options. I recommend just taking the simple 720. 720p with sound, and then just click download. So what this does is it takes the YouTube video and it converts it to an MP4 file. And an MP4 file is just a video file. And if it's in an MP4 file type, we can use it in our VSDC. So here's the video it converted, which is the one I wanted. And then just click this download button. If you get any pop-ups, just like close them and like just hit the convert button again. Just I haven't gotten any pop-ups, but I don't know. And there we have this video downloaded. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to rename it, and I'll just call it, I don't know, Old School RuneScape Video. VSDC. Drag and drop it. Just like that. Now, a couple things we got to do to this video. First, we want the video you just downloaded from YouTube, we want it to be the top layer. So click over here and just click and drag it up. So hold left click and just put it at the top. So now it's at the top layer. You'll also notice I downloaded an 8-minute video and my guy walking with a phone is about 8 seconds. So I need to trim this clip and find a piece that I like. So I'll take my needle and sure, I'll take this part. So in the editor tab with this video selected, I'm going to hit the split button. And then I'm going to move forward a few seconds. And then I'm going to split this part. So now I've got 3 chunks. I've got chunk 1, chunk 2, and chunk 3. So I'm going to delete the first chunk. And then I'm going to delete the second chunk. And now I'm going to move this to the front. There we go. And for some final touches, I can click and drag this to line it up with my original phone walking video. Cool. Now, you may not need to do this. Notice how my video has these black bars on the side. I don't like that. Your video may not, but it may. So if you want to get rid of these black bars, all you have to do is make sure you've clicked on this video, the one with the black bars, and in your trusty dusty properties window, where is it? You should see near the bottom a cropped borders property. If you click this little icon, crop tools, what you can do is you can move this box to not include the black bars. So I can pull it in to get rid of those black bars, just like that. Then just press OK. And boom, the black bars are gone. All right. You may have not had to do that, but you probably will in the future at some point. So what we can do is with your YouTube video selected, so the top video, you can click and you can make this video smaller. And you're going to want it to be pretty small, as we are going to make it shine above, project above his phone, just like that. And if your video has annoying audio that you don't want to listen to at the moment, you can click your YouTube video in the timeline, and you should see in the properties window audio volume. And you could just put like -50 if you wanted to just not hear any sound. I'm going to keep my sound because it's not that distracting, but if you got like music blasting or like people talking, then it's kind of annoying. I'll keep mine. All right, now we need to add some effects to make this look like a hologram. So make sure your needle is at the start of your timeline. And let's go ahead and let's double click our top YouTube video so that we can start adding some effects to this video. Let's add a bunch of transforms. So up in video effects, let's go transforms. And the first thing we're going to add is the flip effect. So just press OK. Now the flip effect, you don't have to do this. I'm just going to make my video bigger so you can see what's happening. The flip effect has flipped my video upside down. So I don't want to flip it upside down. So clicking this flip effect in your timeline, let's change the direction. Instead of a vertical flip, let's change it to a horizontal flip. So what has that done? It's reversed my video because it's a very minute detail, but basically the video now faces him. So it looks backwards to us, but remember, he's over here watching the video, so we have to flip it to give it the right perspective. Very small detail, but an important one. So I'm going to put that back there just like that. Still in this timeline, needle at the start, let's add another transform effect. Let's add a perspective effect. Press OK. And this lets us kind of tilt the video on its z-axis so that we can make it not face us, but we can make the video parallel and flush with the guy who's watching it. So let's do with this perspective effect selected, let's change the mode to, actually, let's leave the mode horizontal. And the only thing we need to change, click the perspective effect, is the perspective angle. So if you click this little box, you'll see these arrows. And you can see that by changing the degrees of rotation, the video is rotating. And we want the video to face him. So I'm finding about high 30s is working good for me. So probably the same for you guys. And what you can do is you can click on this video so you can move it. And if you move your mouse just to the outside, you get this little rotating arrows. You can click and you can rotate the video so that it's kind of rotating it up. So it's kind of more natural looking. Like so. See how it kind of looks like it would be facing him as opposed to facing us? We can always change this rotation a bit later, but I'm pretty happy with what it looks like now. All right. And the last effect we're going to add, let's add another video effect, but we're not going to add a transform. Let's add a special effect, and let's choose the glitch effect. And the glitch effect has some cool little presets that we can play with. So if you have the glitch effect clicked on in the properties window, we're just going to be lazy. We're going to pick a preset. And you can check out all these presets. I found that the last one, the minor damage one, works pretty good. Now, you may notice that the glitch effect is not just, it's kind of all over the place. Like these bars are outside of the video, which doesn't look that good. So what you can do is you can take the glitch effect, which is probably your top layer. You can click here and you can pull it down to the very bottom. And so now it kind of confines itself to the actual video clip. And the last thing we'll do as far as the video is concerned, the YouTube video, is let's go back into our main timeline, the one with just our 2 videos. And this top layer, your YouTube video, change the blend mode. So right here, change the blend mode to screen. And now we can kind of see through it, much like we would see through a hologram. All right, the hard parts are over, or at least the new parts. Now let's use motion tracking. So do you remember how to motion track? Well, I want this video to stick to the phone and move with the phone because the video is coming from the phone. So I don't want it just hovering in space just all by itself there. So now we're going to go into the guy walking video, not your YouTube video. We're going to go into the guy walking video. And we're going to do what we did last lesson. We're going to right click, create a movement map. It's going to ask a name for your movement map. So I don't know, let's call it guy walking. Press save. And I want to track the movement of the phone. So the secret to motion tracking is finding a piece of what you want to track. So for example, holding control and zooming in with my mouse, my scroll wheel, I'm going to pick the edge of that phone because it's contrasted nicely with the hand of this dude. And that should be good enough to track this phone pretty easily. So I'm going to hit the start analysis. And as long as I see some green, it's all good. If there's no red in here, it's no good. If you see some red, just take your needle back to the timeline, click on your tracker, and just change it around a bit. So sometimes that's all you got to do is just move it a bit. Let's try that. Start analysis, and hopefully it works the second time for you. I'm seeing all green, so I'm good to go. Actually, look, I messed it up. I got some red in the back there. So I'm going to have to do this again. Oh, see, now it's acting funny. I should have just kept my original one. All right, maybe I'll take this little, looks like a little phone charger thing right there. There we go. Now it's going. You know what? I think I've bogged this up too much. So I'm just going to apply editing, and I'm going to click no. And I'm just going to go back, create another movement map. Because I think I was playing around with it too much. Hopefully it worked for you the first time. You don't have to do this. I'm just going to repeat it. Right on the corner there. All right, now I'm not going to play with it. It's all green. I'm good to go. Apply editing. Do you wish to save? Yes. So now that I've got a movement map of the phone, I'm going to go back into my top YouTube video. I'm going to double click it. My cursor is at the start. Add object, movement map. And phone walking 2 is the one I wanted. Now if you press play, the phone sticks, the YouTube video sticks to the phone, so it looks much more realistic. And for some final touches, you can go back into your main timeline. And you can resize this if you want, if you feel you got some more space to put it in. I feel like I could probably rotate it a bit more, so I'm just gonna do like that. Oh, maybe that's too much. Rotate it back. Maybe you want to put it a bit in front of the phone. But yeah, there you go. There is a hologram effect with my dude looking like he's playing some old school RuneScape. All right. Make sure you save this project because I'm going to be looking for it to give you some marks. So hopefully you have your ICT folder, your VSDC. And I guess we'll call this one hologram. Cool.